White legs. Welcome back to A Beer in Review. On this episode, we are drinking Pearl Street Brewery's Pearl-Iner Weisse. This is a refreshing sour wheat beer. This refreshing kettle-sourced wheat beer is brewed with barley and wheat malts in a style extremely popular in the 19th century Berlin. The distinct lemony citrus flavor shall quench the fiercest thirst. Over in Berlin, it's often served mit Schuss, with a shot of sweet syrup. Some bitch, look at that. We happen to think it goes great with a jelly donut, winky face. A cold beer is better than a cold war. Ooh, wow.
Ich bin ein Berliner. I think that's what they're getting at.
Yeah, JFK. He's on the bottle. This is, I don't know. Doesn't say on here.
No alcohol percentage there.
I don't see anything.
That's not good.
This is coming out of Pearl Street Brewery out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. They have a whole bunch of really good beers. I've never had this. I'm looking forward to it. Well, let's move on. Get right to it.
Let's taste it.
It's a wheat beer. And it's got kind of a
Refreshing sour wheat beer to be
sour
exact.
flavor to it.
Sour beer.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, looks nice.
It's a very interesting color to it.
Looks like champagne now.
The aroma, it smells a bit sourish. Smells a bit wheatish.
Sour. Yeah, tart, grainy. Tart and grainy.
Tart. Yeah, tart.
What a green one there.
So what are you guys thinking on aroma on this guy? We've been pretty quiet so far as soon as we poured it.
I don't know.
Somewhat tart.
It doesn't have a whole lot going for it.
No, I'm not that.
I don't smell much for hops either, so.
Smells
I mean,
pretty just bland and dry.
It smells sour. I mean, if you get down in there, and there's on the back end of the nose, you can kind of get a little bit of that sourness to it.
8.
What are you thinking? Out of 12?
6.
Cut the difference and do 7?
Fine.
You good with that? 7 out of
Sold.
12? Alright.
Appearance? We got no appearance?
This is very strange. This is
very
like
pale.
Pretty cloudy and really, really pale. Almost yellow.
The head dissipated almost instantaneously.
It's got no head.
It almost looks like pear juice.
Or cloudy lemon juice.
I mean, it's
Or lemonade.
it's clear, but it's
Really fine bubbles on the head if there is any, because I still have some left. You guys don't. I mean,
Like
these guys are out.
Yeah, it had a really light.
Like mine's got a little skim on it, and
A
it's
little bit of a-
very white, very fine bubble.
Yeah, I mean,
look at that. Look how fine those bubbles are.
This is a really light straw color. Like I said, pear juice or something.
Right.
Almost like white wine. It sounds weird, but that's like the color of white wine without bubbles.
I'm thinking like personally, I'm thinking like a 1 out of 3 on appearance.
I'd go with that.
I'm not going to disagree.
And there's nothing
All
about
right.
this that impresses me.
But there's nothing
nothing
bad
there
about
that
it, so it's
trips me
not a
up.
0.
I
But
mean,
it's nothing,
I'm-
it's nothing great.
This isn't what I want to see when I open up a beer. I want to see like
It looks flat from the appearance. I mean,
Yeah,
right now it looks flat.
it actually does look flat. Yeah, because I don't have any head on mine.
No, I don't know.
I have a little bit left, but
All right, on to the best part, the greatest part
The only part.
that really matters, the flavor.
It is
Well,
it's
It is not flat.
No, it's
It's
not.
not.
It's
It is
actually
not
got
flat.
a nice taste to
It does have sourness to it. It is a
does.
sour
I
beer.
kind of like it, and it's very light. Very light. And
It is a
crisp.
very light beer, very crisp, very good.
I like the flavor. Very good. It almost reminds me of. It reminds me of wine in a certain way. Like maybe champagne. Like it's got that kind of
Really
They're
tight
really
bubble
tight
pattern,
bubble.
like in the
Fine bubble.
carbonation. I mean, it's a little
A
sweet,
little bit sour.
but it's a
bit
little
sweet.
sour. I can't really get much of the wheat beer out of it. There's, I guess, maybe on the very end.
But it's not. I mean, maybe the wheat is the fact that if you had barley in this, it'd be darker. It'd be.
I like
It
it.
wouldn't be so crisp. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, going with the aroma and the appearance, I am super surprised that this is tasting as good
Yeah,
as
the
it
taste.
does.
The taste is really nice to surprise.
I mean,
was
I-
not expecting
But
that.
smelling it now that I've tasted it, it doesn't really surprise you the way it smells. I mean, you're getting pretty much what you're going to taste.
Yeah, I mean the aroma is complementing the taste because that's what you're getting with the taste. It's just that it's much better tasting it than it is smelling.
Flavor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna list this fairly high.
That generally goes for all beers.
You would hope. You would
Flavor.
hope. If I had a really great smelling beer that tasted like shit,
I would
that
not be happy with it.
Yeah, that would really suck. So, flavor out of 20, what are you guys thinking on this guy? I'm thinking around like 15, 16.
I'm saying 16 or 15.
16. I think
16
it's a
out of 20.
15.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the other thing about sours is I've drank a few sour beers before, and some of them are so sour.
Really sour, yeah. This is nice. It's not too much.
It's like, oh yeah, I've had ones where it's almost like you're drinking vinegar.
Yeah.
And it's just so bad. This is actually very, very enjoyable.
Really light and pleasant.
So 16 on flavor. We're moving on to mouthfeel. The carbonation it's a very
Really fine.
a really fine,
crisp.
crisp carbonation feel in the mouth.
I kind of like it.
It doesn't overlinger, but it's not like super dry either. So it's got like a really good balance on the mouthfeel. So what do you
4
think?
out of 5.
4 out of 5 mouthfeel?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing bad about it.
Overall, out of 10, what are you guys thinking on this guy?
I give it a 7.
That's what I was thinking. It's a solid 7.
Yeah, I'd say it's a solid 7, and the only reason why it's not any higher than a 7, I think, is the way it looks when you first pour it in. That it's so pale.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to some people that wouldn't be off-putting, but a lot of times when you see a beer that pale, it's
It was like
a
it's
beer
been sitting
with-
up on the bar for a little while.
it's been sitting on the bar for a little while, and it's probably a beer that wasn't that great to begin with. It's maybe something that doesn't have any malt
Right.
to it, or it doesn't have that much flavor.
I do notice when you shake it a little bit, though, it does produce a little bit of fizz.
I
Those
think
fine
if you were
bubbles.
a big fan of these beers, that overall you'd probably do like a higher one. But because of the aroma and the appearance, I think 7 is a good score overall on this.
Oh, yeah.
A 7 out of 10 beer.
It's a good tasting beer.
Yeah. I would say it's better on the taste than the appearance, and that's...
I'll certainly go to the store and get some.
What I have
Maybe
there
need
is
to roll
very
the bottle.
cloudy. I don't know about what you guys got there.
Really cloudy.
The clouds.
Maybe. Well, I think
That might be the carbonation.
I think we got to the sediment on the bottom of it.
Probably.
I think that's
If
what's
it's a
going
larger
on right
bottle.
Oh,
you
the
can-
sediment! No, it's not that bad.
Did you
It
just
is,
drink
it
it
is
all?
more sour.
Okay.
So we got 35 out of 50 on that. I mean,
That's
that's
not a bad beer.
That's a really good. I mean, that's a good score for a good beer, especially
Pretty good. Very drinkable.
especially considering that it didn't score that well on aroma. It didn't score that well on appearance.
No.
The flavor was what really pushed it ahead because it has a really good flavor to it.
Yeah.
And a good mouthfeel. And overall, yeah. Overall, 7 out of 10 if you look at it that way. It's got very good flavor. Might not look that great, but
You gotta love those mouthfeels, though.
You gotta love that mouthfeel, man. You gotta love it. I'd say if you have an opportunity to get this,
Pick it up and try it.
yeah, definitely try it out. Pearl Street, they have a whole lot of great beers.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I'm a big fan of many of their beers. They're only going to be available in Wisconsin, a little bit in Minnesota, and a little tiny bit in Iowa. So you will have to be there to enjoy it.
Well, if you're ever in La Crosse, stop into the brewery. It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in La Crosse, Wisconsin, go to the brewery, get a tour, try some of the beers on tap. They have 16 beers on tap.
Yeah, it's great.
It is a really cool place.
Nice
Really,
place.
yeah, really great beer, really cool people. So definitely check that out if you're in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Go ahead and hit subscribe on this to see what we are doing every week. Another beer review. Like, share if you want, but be sure to come back next week for another beer and review. And until then, cheers.
Cheers.